Good afternoon, everyone. Come on in and join us. I truly hope that my comments are going to be working here for me, and I didn't even think about it. I should have already turned my tablet on just so that I could kind of keep an eye on that and see if my comments are going to work for me, because unfortunately, they don't always. So if you are joining us, would you, oh, there we go. There's some comments. Thank you so much. Thank you for commenting. I so appreciate that. Love that. Comment check 1, 2, 3. Love it. So I am coming to you today. This is a topic that I feel like, hello, Jennifer. This is a topic that I feel like the Lord wanted me to talk about probably about 2 weeks ago. And then the flu hit our household. And so we are coming back off of that. I actually have a cough drop in because I still have little remnants of a cough yet. So I do have a cough drop in to try and save y'all from having to hear that. Okay. But this was something that kind of hit me the one day, and I thought, you know, we're all being perhaps a little silly and a little selfish in the terms of us getting disappointed when things are not going the way that we want them to. So just by a show of one in the comment stream, if you have been disappointed with, let's just say with your business, in terms of where it is compared to where you would like it to be. If you've ever fallen victim to the comparison trap of, you know, well, this person's doing this and I've only done this and, you know, I should be doing more. And suddenly, you know, you kind of go from, pardon me a moment while I something out of my way here a little bit. So if you have ever kind of had that feeling of, you know what, I did really good. I had like the best month that I've ever had. And, you know, it was awesome. I had more shows than I've ever had, or I had the largest retailing show that I ever had. Hey, Miss Jenny, you know, and you're feeling all these things. And then suddenly you see someone else who is celebrating a victory that they've had in their business. And suddenly you look at your victory and you're going, mine is like minimal compared to what she accomplished. And suddenly you no longer are satisfied with the results that you had received. Has anybody gone through that? If you've gone through that, give me a me in the comment stream. I can tell you that is something that I have fallen victim to at different times throughout my business. You know, where it was almost one of those, okay, so I'm going to give you a quick example. Okay. So as an example, just, you know, this past week or whatever, my upline was wanting to, excuse me, was wanting to recognize me for being, number 3 in their downline for total number of shows, as well as retail, and number 1 for sponsoring. And it was one of those that as I was initially looking at that list, I kind of went, well, that's great for the sponsoring, but man, look at the difference between my number 3 spot and the number 1 spot. Look at how much of a gap there is. And you know, my number 3 spot doesn't really look all that great now compared to that number 1 spot. Never mind the fact that it was a consistent year for me. Never mind the fact that I was able to help take care of bills. Never mind the fact that I was able to help put groceries on the table. Never mind the fact that we had, you know, touched lives and been a blessing to other people. My concern in that moment at that time was kind of like, but it wasn't enough. I could have done more. Well, let's think about where those blessings came from for me to begin with. They didn't come because I'm some awesome person and people just want to do shows with me. They came because God put people in my path that allowed me to come into their homes, or that allowed me to serve them, or whatever. But God put those people in my path, and suddenly I'm making what He did seem minuscule because I'm comparing what He did in my business to what He did in somebody else's business. And when we start focusing on that, when we start focusing on somebody else's business and getting involved in that whole comparison trap, instead of simply celebrating with them, instead of celebrating what God has done in our business, instead of doing that, we get caught up in this comparison trap, and we start, almost being like, well, that's great for her. You know what I mean? Like, and not to say that I had those feelings at that time, as in like a week ago, but I've had those feelings at different times in my business. Can I get an amen? Okay, because I know daggone well, I'm not the only person in this business who has ever looked at somebody else's success and kind of had a little bit of that envy, kind of had a little bit of that, well, that's nice for her, but my results could have been a lot better. And in our minds, before we know it, the devil is already playing tricks on us of, well, God blessed her better. God did more for her. What's He doing in your business? Why hasn't He shown up for you? Why hasn't He put these people in your path? And can really start making us doubt what God has done in our business, instead of us being able to be thankful for what He's done in our business. So when we start feeling those things of disappointment, it's because we are focused on us. We're focused on ourselves. We're focused on, how is this going to look to other people if this is what my results were? We're focused on, well, I'm not going to seem like quite as big of a deal if people know that I've only done this. Okay, listen, I've even done it in terms of other businesses. When I see a Pampered Chef lady being recognized for having sold $15,000 in 1 month, or $20,000 in 1 month, it can be very easy for us to be like, seriously, like, why can I not have that success? Well, first off, we have to stop comparing our success to that of somebody else's. Okay? Because again, their path is their path. Their blessings are their blessings. You need to focus on you. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Okay? Stay in your own lane. Be focused here. But you also want to make sure that you're focusing on God's will for your business, not simply what you want to get out of it, but instead what you can do for God through it. Do you get that? This isn't about what you can get out of your business and then being disappointed when it doesn't come, but this is doing what you know that God would have you do in this business and serving Him and His people through this business. That's what it's all about. And if you put your focus there, hey Laura, and if you put your focus there, you can't be disappointed. You cannot be disappointed by what is going on in your business if you are focusing on God, serving Him, and serving His people. Because as long as you're doing that, what is there to be disappointed about? When you get disappointed, it's because your sole focus is you and what are you getting out of the business, and are you getting what you set out to get out of this business? Well, when you're doing that, you take God completely out of the equation. Hey there, Angela. You take God completely out of the equation. And guess what happens when we take God out of things? He can only go where we're kind of welcoming Him in, right? So I'm just saying, if we want God to continue blessing our business, we kind of got to keep him in it, right? And that's where our focus should be, is how can he bless our business so that we may be of better service to him and the people that he puts in our path. Not what are we going to get out of it. Not, what kind of awards and accolades are we going to get out of it. Now, that's not to say that we don't set goals. It's not to say that we don't need to make an income. I mean, I'm not dumb. People come into this business because they need money. Okay? That's okay. That is okay. But you cannot allow the focus to shift so much that your only concern is awards, accolades, and being rewarded financially. If those are the only things that you focus on in this business, you may as well hang it up, because that is not what even Premier is about. Okay? Yes, Premier likes to spoil us and recognize us and give those awards and everything else, but understand that their desire is for us to put people above profits. Their desire is for us to put, serving others above being served. That's kind of the whole purpose of Premier, right? So we got to make sure that we are keeping that focus where it needs to be. So the next time that you find yourself disappointed, there's two things that I want you to do. The first thing is, I want you to ask yourself, are you disappointed because you didn't get what you wanted out of it? Or are you disappointed because you didn't serve God and serve his people the best way you could have? The other thing I want you to ask yourself is, are you disappointed about results you didn't get from work you didn't do? Are you disappointed because someone else's business is taking off and you've barely given your business a second thought for the, last month? So you got to be willing to also look at that and say, am I doing as much as I could be doing? And am I serving as many people as I could be serving? So that's what I have for you today. I don't want to hold you up too long because I actually have something else going here in a couple minutes. So, but I just needed to get this out there before the devil kept trying to keep me from getting this out there to people. So I hope that this helps. And I hope that maybe this will put the idea of being disappointed, into a different perspective for you. So thank you guys so much for joining. I so appreciate it. Thank you so much for all those emojis. I love it. Laura, thank you for all that. Love, love, love. I so appreciate you guys. And I will be putting this on YouTube. So I will add the link then as soon as I have that added. So then that way, if you'd like to share it out with anybody who is not already a member of this group, you would be able to do so. So thanks so much, y'all. Have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy your weekend, but get out there and serve and love on God's people. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.